It's UFC London going down tomorrow across the pond. Sean Brady is going to try to take down Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards looking big, looking strong. The rumor is that he's had a staph infection. I don't know if he still has it. I don't know if he's over it. I don't know if it's just a fake rumor. But I will tell you this. Everybody who's been rumored to have staph infection, to my knowledge, in the last 6 months has lost their fights. Sean Strickland, etc. So something to note is that there's a rumor, but just a rumor. I don't have anybody in the camp. I don't know. You know, I train with some of these guys in California. That's not where Leon's at. I don't know what's going on. But I do know this. I dropped my 5 most confident picks. That video's on my channel. I dropped my favorite bets. My locks have hit 6 weeks in a row. We're going for lucky number 7 this week. And I dropped a parlay, some premium plays, including 2 over plus 300 underdogs over on the premium channel. Go check it out. You guys want some full card picks? Let's do it. We're going to start off with Kutateladze versus Kai Fernandez. I went with the dog here. I went with Fernandez. I like his head kicks. I like his striking. Yes, it's a risk. Yes, Guram could win this fight. But is he going to be able to take him down? Is he going to be able to strike with him well enough? I think that he's going to get outstruck 2 out of 3 rounds here. KO risk. Guram could pull it out. Don't get me wrong. But you're making me pick. My initial pick was Kai Fernandez, and then I see he's a big dog. So that's nice. Colin, Loughran, and Nathan Fletcher. I'm leaning Nathan Fletcher here. I like that he's a little bit longer than the stocky Loughran. It's just Loughran fights like he's fresh out the box. It's stock. There's no dynamics. There's no adjustments to his game. You pretty much could tell what he's going to do. As to where, at least with Nathan Fletcher, there's a little bit of talent. He could strike. He can grapple. I think Loughran is a little too predictable here. So give me Nathan Fletcher in a really good fight between those two. Shauna, really good fight. Competitive fight. Let's say that. Shauna Bannon versus Puja Tomar. I think Shauna Bannon should be able to take Puja down since everybody else seems to be able to. A little bit bigger than her, it looked like at weigh-ins. Pretty intense stare down with the tricolor over her shoulders. I think she gets it done in London. That makes sense. And I don't think the odds are crazy. Maybe they are. I'll be honest with you on this one. I did not bet on it. It's a little bit harder to get me to bet on a ladies fight. Andrey, Pulyaev, and Chris Leroy Duncan. Leroy Duncan should bounce back nice here, but I'll tell you what. I was watching tape on Pulyaev. His striking's not bad. He doesn't have as much power as a RoboCop, and that's why I'm picking Chris Leroy Duncan. But I think, it's kind of a good fight. You saw the height difference. The Russian is much taller, longer, seems to stalk people from range well. It's a good fight. I went with Leroy Duncan. Marcin Tybura and Mick Parkin. I'm going Mick Parkin here. Marcin Tybura is old. And at some point here, he's going to fade. And we never really know what fight that's going to be. But Mick Parkin seems to be getting better. Mick Parkin seems to be putting the game together. He trains with the best heavyweight potentially ever in Tom Aspinall, and they got a bunch of heavyweights over there training together. So I don't think anything Marcin Tybura is going to do is going to surprise him. He should be able to neglect the grappling and slightly outstrike a Marcin Tybura nicely. So I'm going Mick Parkin. Loughran, Kavanagh, and Felipe dos Santos. Felipe dos Santos is tall, man. If you guys saw him towering over Loughran Kavanagh at that weigh-in, he didn't seem like he was playing no games. But shoot-the-box guys historically have been very tough, very mean with their stare-downs. I think Loughran Kavanagh gets it done by being a little bit better here. We've seen Felipe dos Santos against high-level competition. Rewatching that Manel Kopp fight, it wasn't quite how I remembered it. Felipe dos Santos hit him with some shit. It was a good first round. It was competitive. But I think Loughran Kavanagh is a little bit sharper here. I think Loughran Kavanagh can lead the striking a little bit and potentially the grappling too. Felipe dos Santos better at jiu-jitsu. But, Probably Loughran Kavanagh better at wrestling. Let's go with Loughran Kavanagh getting this thing done. Maybe a decision, maybe not. I mean, Dos Santos has a style where he gets a little froggy, a little aggressive. That fight could finish. Jai Herbert and Chris Padilla. I'm going with Padilla. I think he's more reliable than Jai Herbert. Jai Herbert, excellent kickboxer. Very good. Some people say, yeah, he's okay at kickboxing. I think his kickboxing is very good. However, that's about it. And he can get caught. You can hit him with a big shot and he'll fall. So Chris Padilla being more dynamic, better in the clinch, better on the ground, more mixed martial arts ability. I think Chris Padilla finds a way to get it done. Nathaniel Wood and Morgan Charrière, slight lean Morgan Charrière, but Nathaniel Wood's legit. Nathaniel Wood's no joke. I think that's a really good fight. Morgan Charrière, the Afro-French Chepe Mariscal, you know? Dude's fucking tough, digs deep, has wrestling, put big shots on you. He's a bit of a bruiser. I think he can overpower Nathaniel Wood, but Nathaniel Wood, very technically sound, especially early in a fight. I think Nathaniel Wood will be a problem. It's a really good fight. Jordan Vucenic and Chris Duncan. Chris Duncan might have painted his face blue. Okay, he might look intimidating at the weigh-ins, but this ain't Powhatan, motherfuckers. I think Jordan Vucenic gets this thing done. The battle of the tattoos, and Vucenic's got more of them. Vucenic, quality wins outside of the UFC. It's time for quality wins inside the UFC. It's going to start maybe Chris Duncan's not that quality of a win, but he found a way to beat Oki, but it's going to start here, I believe. Jordan Vucenic, solid MMA fighter. You guys will see him get shit done here. Jordan Vucenic probably finding a way to finish Chris Duncan. Molly McCann and Alexia Thainara. I'm going to go with Molly McCann, who's dog money, who said that Alexia had bad breath at weigh-ins. You guys saw that? She said, oh, shit, bitch, back up. Molly McCann's the one who's been booked for this card. Molly McCann's the one who trains with all these great grapplers. Like, look, you've seen Patty Pimblett cornering these other fighters from the gym. They've all got nice jiu-jitsu. So, if anything, I think Molly could still be getting better at the grappling. And if she could just, use her kickboxing. Alexia, also a kickboxer, but I am not impressed. And especially UFC debut against Molly McCann, who's kind of a vet, who's been in the spotlight, and the crowd's going to go bananas for her. I think Molly McCann wins rounds 2 and 3. I got Molly Meatball, motherfuckers. Dog money. Alexia's the one on short notice. Molly McCann's been there. Kevin Holland and Gunnar Nelson, slightly into Kevin Holland, but Gunnar Nelson's kind of the right style to beat him, I think Gunnar Nelson is a problem. So Kevin Holland, because he's in his prime, even though he's losing to folks, he's losing to good folks. They're giving him tough matchups. Admit that these aren't easy fights. Gunnar Nelson, not in his prime, off the shelf, hasn't been fighting. Why is he fighting? Is it for the paycheck? So can he take Kevin Holland down and hold him on the mat? That's possible. I'm going to go with Kevin Holland, dotting him up on the feet. Jan Błachowicz and Carlos Ulberg. Carlos Ulberg getting it done against 42-year-old Jan, who's coming off a shoulder surgery. I think Carlos Ulberg is the future of the division. I think he's on his way to a title shot. I think Jan's just standing in his way. And I know Jan's defensively sound and can shut you down, but I do think Carlos Ulberg's talent on the feet is tremendous. I think he's going to be able to explode in with those hooks, use his footwork to move around an aging Jan. And then the question here is, can Jan get these takedowns? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say he can't. Jan has showed his ability to take people like Powhatan down, and he made that a really close fight. Split decision, if I remember correctly. I'm going to say that's not this. I'm going to say that the city kickboxing prospect, Carlos Ulberg, is going to be able to defend these takedowns, get off the fence, smack Jan up, and probably put Polish Power away. So, Polish Power intense with the stare down. I see he wants this, but I think he retires tomorrow. So, Carlos Ulberg via knockout. And then in the main event, we've got Sean Brady, a grappling powerhouse, a jiu-jitsu black belt at a high level, who's going to be taking on Leon Edwards, who has these bored performances, who's out there coasting. If Leon finds the gas pedal, of course he can outstrike a Sean Brady. But I don't think so. I think Sean Brady is going to be able to submit Leon Edwards. Look at these other people who are taking Leon down. They put him down, and what does Leon do to get up? He posts his hands on the mat. And when you do that against a solid jiu-jitsu black belt who could take your back, I think it's a wrap. So even if it's going a little sideways on the feet, even if Sean Brady starts getting his nose rearranged again, I do think that one takedown might be all he needs here. Sean Brady via rear naked strangle is the pick for the main event. One more time for my people in the back. I'm going with Sean Brady. I'm going with a confident Carlos Ulberg. I'm going with Kevin Holland, slightly. I'm going with Molly McCann, dog money. I'm going Jordan Vucenic, Morgan Charrière, Chris Padilla, Loner Kavanagh, Mick Parkin, Chris Leroy Duncan, Shauna Bannon, Nathan Fletcher, and Kai Fernandez. Those are my picks for UFC London. Going down tomorrow morning. That's right. Prelims at 10 a.m. if you live in California like me, and the main card coming on at 1 p.m. If you guys want to see my bets for this one, go check them out. I bet on 2 over plus 300 dog plays. If you want those, just DM at Mike Finch'Show on Instagram. My guy T will get you in, and I got a big fat parlay I've been sending out. If you want the big fat parlay over UFC London, UFC Mexico City, UFC Vegas, UFC 314, it's like 14 legs. DM at Mike Finch MMA on Instagram. That's me. I'll hit you back directly. All right. I appreciate you guys coming through. Those are the full card picks. Meatball season. That's what I'm talking about, Junior Mafia. Torres over Dober. I can't be giving that out early. Come on. Free parlay, Finch. Yeah, the free parlay is Carlos Ulberg and Chris Leroy Duncan. Now, I gave it out as the free one because I do have a bit more confident one, but that one's like minus 140 odds. So the odds are a little sweeter than the one I gave out. I gave out a nice lock. I'm going for 7 locks in a row. So I got a lot riding on it. And then, like I said, I slammed 2 plus 300s. One of them comes through. I'm going to be a happy man. And we got the plus 300s before. We got the Sam Patterson call, and we got the Carlos Vera call over Musasa. That was plus 550. I bet on that one. So we're on fire, folks. Come see your boy over in the premium channel. DM on Instagram. And I'll see you guys after the fights.